BodyBags, where horror lies.
Hey, I'm Sam. I'm your Thursday guy for BodyBags, and this week I am doing a movie I'll give you some context for. So, what I like to do is, if I have just free time or whatever, I like to, play video games and whatnot, and in the background, I'll have, like, something on YouTube on, but sometimes I put on just some random horror movie on Tubi. And this movie that I'm gonna do now, it was one of those movies, and when I started, having it on and whatnot, it ended up getting to a point where I was like, I kind of want to actually just sit and watch this movie. This is really interesting. And that movie is Flesh Eater. Also, it has another name. I want to say it was like Return of the Living Dead, I think, or something like that. But I know it's like a title for it is Flesh Eater. And it's basically Night of the Living Dead, except, well, I say it's like Night of the Living Dead, but there's only really one aspect, well, technically two, but like, there's one real, like, storyline aspect that's, like, similar, except I would say it's a lot more forced and, like, in this movie. But it's you have these kids, it's Halloween night, and, there's these zombies, oh no, and, it's funny how, like, well, how when you watch some, like, Scream movie or just a horror movie and there's always, like, a movie on in the background of, like, a scene, and it's like, I don't know how to describe it, that kind of feeling. But watching this movie, it felt like this would be that kind of movie that would be on the background of, like, a horror movie scene, At times it felt like that. And I have a really big feeling, because the movie's in color, but I have this huge feeling that, like, if you watched it in black and white, it would probably be, like, the best thing ever. Or really close, anyway. I think some really cool parts about it. This is gonna be a really quick one, because, well, unfortunately, this deserves a longer review, but I just don't really have the time right now to do it, honestly. Some things I really liked about it. The actor that played the main zombie, the first zombie you see in the original Night of the Living Dead, not only directed this movie, but he also played the main zombie in this movie. Very similar, he played the same character, basically, except the only difference is this guy is basically stored up in a little crate with one of those stars, like, ooh, seeing a star kind of thing, on the front of it, kind of covering it. And, you tamper with that, and you open the box, it wakes up and goes crazy, kind of thing. And, yeah, that was just really cool. I didn't realize that until after, when I looked on IMDb, wow, that's crazy, really. I know I sound like, right now, but, no, like, really, it's really cool that he did that, and he did that as well, kind of thing. There was a lot of gore, a lot of blood, a lot of language, and there was also a handful of, spicy scenes, I guess, right? Yeah. But it just, watching it and whatnot, it kind of just made me think and feel that, like, some of it was just really pointless. That being, if there's, like, a love scene, it's like, I get that. But if there's, like, a shower scene, it's like, you don't need to show anything, honestly. I mean, like, think about Psycho. That scene was, like, huge. The shower scene in Psycho, that was, like, a huge scene, and, like, you don't see anything in that scene. But it was still huge, so it's like, sometimes it makes sense, and it's fine, I guess, but, like, for the most part, it's like, what's the point of showing that kind of thing? It's like, I'm fine with the blood and the gore, and that's not what I'm fine with, right? It's funny. But, yeah, I mean, so, if you want... There's like, this basically has everything you want in a horror movie, basically. And it also just feels like that kind of movie you could have on the background and, you know, be fun kind of thing. I would love to get this movie on physical media. I haven't looked yet, but, like, if I could see it and it's a good, cheap option, then, like, I'll definitely try to get it or something such, right? I think my only real gripe with the movie is the ending. It was a really stupid ending, honestly. Unless the guy was like, I wanted to end like this movie kind of thing. That's how I guess then, dang. It just really kind of sucks. Because, like, okay, I'm gonna spoil. If you don't want to spoil, go watch it. It's on Tubi. It's about an hour and 30 minutes. There's some ads in it and whatnot. Go watch it. Now, about the spoil. It's the same ending as Night of the Living Dead, except it's a lot more forced and a lot more really, dude. So you know how in the original Night, Ben's the only one left. You know, the black guy, he's the only one left. And he's in the bunker, or not the bunker, he's in the basement. And it's the morning, and he hears the gunshots and whatnot, so he goes upstairs and he looks outside, and then he gets shot because the people think that he's a zombie. Which makes sense. It's really dark and they just see a figure in there, not saying anything or whatever. Not given they weren't asking, hey, anyone in there? But, still, anyway. But in this movie, you have, like, the two main characters. I say two main characters. They had two characters from the beginning. There was, like, 6 or 8 of them from the beginning. Or maybe more. That were, like, kind of, like, central to the main plot. And then it was just the last 2 of that group basically running away the rest of the time, which I thought was pretty funny. But it's the morning, and they hear gunshots, and they go out, and it's daytime. The guy with the scope, he can see them, and they're holding hands, just standing there, no blood or I don't think any blood anyway. And he shoots the one, and then I think he shoots the girl first, and the guy's like, oh, what'd you do? It was so stupid. I really hated that. I really did, because it's like, come on, dude. Whatever, man. And then, the ending was, like, the last, like, shot of the movie was like, uh-oh, they're still around kind of thing. Can't wait for the sequel kind of thing. But, like, ultimately, I really liked the movie. I thought it was really nice and good. Well, not necessarily good, right? Because of all the extra stuff that, it's in it and whatnot, but it's whatever, I guess. You should watch it. Just be wary, it has everything you would want. I guess, if you have some degenerate that just wants everything, right? He's gonna have a good time with this movie. There's a lot of funny stuff, a lot of stupid kind of funny stuff. Like, zombies attacking a guy and the girl's just staying there screaming or whatever, not running away or anything. And then it's like, then she's next kind of thing. It's like, oh, okay, good job, lady. You're really good in horror movies kind of thing, right? But yeah, I really liked it. Go watch it. I'm Sam. I'm your thirsty guy for BodyBags. I did Flesh Eater. And I'm gonna give it, honestly, now this could definitely change and whatnot, but hey, screw it. An 8 out of 10, with my only real hate, I guess, for the movie is the ending. But yeah, I'll see you next week. Goodbye.